Hey guys, just wanted to jump on live here on YouTube. Love my YouTube fam, and wanted to share a little bit about the Pitching to Brands Master Course. Now, I know a lot of people on the brand side follow our channel and also want to work with us on business strategy and things of the nature, but this live stream is for influencers and for content creators. It's really more for that side of the community. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about our master course, which is tonight is the last night to benefit from all the bonuses and from the discounted price. So if you are a creator or an influencer that wants to work with brands, if you're listening, I would love to hear if you're currently working with brands, if you're currently pitching, if you have any future plans to want to work with brands. This is all super helpful for me to know. I think the majority of the people that I work with want to pitch to brands, but maybe just don't know how, feel insecure, or not confident in their pitching strategies. So my goal is to help people successfully pitch. I think there's different ways of doing it. Obviously, sometimes if you're a creator, the brand will come to you. So the brand will be like, oh, I want to work with you on this, that, the other. And it's figuring out like how to position that. You may not know how to respond. So if a brand comes to you and is like wanting to work with you, that's one way of working with a brand, right? They're coming to you. The other way is for you to actively reach out to them. Now, this is something that takes a little bit more confidence, a little bit more skill, and this is what I go over in the Pitching to Brands Master Course. I also talk about ways that if brands are coming to you, what can you do to be a better partner? How can you respond to these sort of pitches so that you can work with brands in the way that you're looking to work with them? So the program is broken into two different parts. It's within one section, it's everything pitching related. So very, very heavy on the pitching side. So all the steps on how to successfully pitch to brands. I also include around 70 examples of emails, like pitch emails, so that you can learn from example, right? I don't include templates. I include other emails so that you can read them and be inspired. The second part of the program is teaching you how to create all the materials that you need to effectively pitch to brands, right? So whether it be your media kit or a case study or a rate sheet or a proposal, that's the information that you're going to get from me and helping you work with brands. You're going to be able to learn how to actually like create the materials that you need to do so. So I'm actually going to grab the link so that you guys can look into it if you think it's a good fit for you. I think a lot of times influencers like have media kits, but they don't have, they don't have the proposals or they don't have the case studies. And they let things hold them back. They're like, oh, well, I'm not big enough to have a proposal or a case study. But for me, it's like if you're looking to work with brands, these are some of the materials that you're going to need to actively be able to convert those things, those pitches. If anyone has any questions on the process of pitching, I'm here to answer those questions. I think what I really am excited about is the fact that creators, brands are actually now investing way more into influencer marketing. I think COVID really taught brands the importance of influencers and the importance of creators, like completely changed the game. I think before brands didn't realize like how important influencer marketing is, but the industry is really, really, really on fire, so to speak, right? Because brands are finally getting it. Brands are finally understanding working with influencers works. It's not a magic tool. It's not like, oh, boom, work with an influencer, make, $1 million. But it's really, really finding ways to hone in on an audience because the influencer has a very specific audience that the brand may want. So I recently read an article about Ace Hardware, and Ace Hardware is a 100-year-old retailer. And now they're like, we want to get into influencer marketing. And you know who they want to target? They want to target first-time home buyers. So they're going after influencers with that demographic. So what does that mean? They're going after influencers that are home interior influencers or DIY influencers, right? And they're going after them because they want to access their audience. So the market is moving and changing in this direction because brands are finally starting to see like it's way better to put budget into an influencer, and have them sell for us or speak to their audiences on their behalf than it is like, not then it is, but in addition to. So I don't think influencer marketing is going to by any means like replace traditional marketing, digital marketing. And it's just going to add to it, right? It's just going to it's just another part of the marketing mix, right? It's just now a part of the budgets like it needed to be. So in the Pitching to Brands Master Course, what I want to do is help influencers pitch better. And what that means is come up with better ideas so that they can pitch to brands creative concepts, going to the Ace Hardwares of the world and the brands that they want to work with and say, okay, what's a really creative pitch that I can come up with? And that's the whole point of this course. It's going to give you the tools to actually pitch, but it's also going to teach you how to implement, because the Media Kit and More Masterclass teaches you how to make all the tools, but I use real influencers materials. So I'm not teaching in the ethos, right? Because there's theory and then there's practice. The theory is, oh, you need a Media Kit. The practice is, this is how one looks and this is how a creator is using it. So I love theory, but it has to be complemented with practice. So I show you guys a little bit of that. I also share different pitch examples. I always say I don't do templates, but the reason I do these examples is because the pitch examples will inspire you on ideas. We'll give you ideas, like we'll be like, ooh, this is cool. Like I like how this creator said this, or I like how they said that, right? Templates aren't good. You don't want to pitch to a brand with a template. First of all, we can tell it's a template and that hurts you. Second of all, it doesn't feel tailored. It doesn't feel custom. It doesn't feel special, right? You need to be able to fly on your own as a creator or an influencer. You need to be able to get an email from a brand and know exactly how to come up with a creative idea to pitch back to them, right? Especially if you want to monetize and make money in this industry and not just do it for fun. But if that's the case, then you're going to actually need to show up, right? And have these ideas on the spot. So how can you as an influencer come up with an idea if a brand reaches out to you? Well, this is what I go over in the Pitching to Brands Master Course. I have an entire section literally dedicated to how to come up with creative ideas. It's step 3. It is probably the most important step because it's preparing your pitch. And preparing your pitch requires you to get creative and not just, you have to go after it, right? You have to go after it. So if anyone has any questions regarding the program, I'm here to answer them. You guys can also email us over at hello@Sidewalker Daily, and I'll be answering all emails until the bonuses expire tonight, which is super cool. I'm trying to think, commonly asked questions about the course. One big question was, well, I don't have a lot of followers. Is this for me? Okay, well, it's all about positioning yourself. And I've done a few videos on YouTube about this. But if you're like a content creator and you're pushing your content, then we don't have to stress about your influencer numbers. But what we will need to do is have, a portfolio together or different pitching materials to help you get the business. So it doesn't really matter your followers, it's how you're positioning yourself. I have an influencer who writes for another magazine and she has a small following, but she leverages the other magazine's numbers in her pitch strategy. So there's something for everyone. People have asked me, well, I already have a media kit. And I'm like, okay, that's great. But do you have, does it include everything that you should really be including in a media kit to make it worthwhile, so to speak? I go over different media kits. I show you different examples from real creators so that you can see what other people are using and pitching with. And I designed these media kits, so I think they're perfect. Our team designed them, so they're exactly how I would recommend them to be. We've created different proposals. We've created different portfolios. We've created different case studies, rate sheets, mood boards. We want to show you guys how to pitch with these tools so that, when a brand comes to you or when you're pitching to a brand, you have what it takes to actually convert and get paid, right? So anyways, just wanted to jump on here and share with you guys a little bit more about it. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me, and I will see you guys in the next video.